same trading company to other sales offices, further complicating the situation for the manufacturer. The items listed in the inquiries are often not explicitly controlled. Therefore, simply examining the items requested does not reveal the illicit procurement attempt. In this case, instead of looking only at the items in the inquiry, this manufacturer's export control office focused on the specific trading companies and declared end users or lack thereof, from where the trading companies are sending their requests, and how often they repeated these inquiries to other sales offices. Example of illicit procurement attempts. On October 14, 2006, trading company A, this is Kanaaldetails Pakistan, page for the company's sanctioned nuclear program, sent identical inquiries for vacuum pumps and repair kits to four of the manufacturer's sales agents in Germany, the Netherlands, and France. 5 days later, trading company has sent the same inquiry to another European sales agent for the manufacturer. Also on October 14, 2006, trading company has sent a separate inquiry for a different set of vacuum pumps and repair kits to the manufacturer's office in Germany. 2 days later, another trading company B, based in Dubai, sent the same inquiry to the manufacturer's sales office in Germany and another in Singapore. A little over 2 weeks later, trading company yet again sent this same inquiry to the manufacturer's sales office in Germany. Figures 2.3 and 2.5 show copies of the initial inquiries submitted by the network, and figures 2.4 and 2.6 indicate the scheme pictorially. Figure 2.3. Copy of an inquiry for vacuum pumps and repair kits received by sales agents of the European manufacturer, later determined to have originated in Pakistan's gas centrifuge program. Figure 2.4. Path of inquiries sent to various sales agents of the European manufacturer. Figure 2.5. Copy of inquiry for various vacuum pumps and repair kits sent to sales agents of the European manufacturer, originating in Pakistan's gas centrifuge program. Figure 2.6. Path of inquiries sent to various sales agents of the European manufacturer. Upon receiving all the inquiries from their sales agents, the manufacturer's central export control office immediately recognized that the two trading companies were acting. It instructed the sales offices not to fulfill requests and notified authorities, since the manufacturer's internal compliance system was centralized, where all suspicious inquiries received by sales offices were forwarded to a simple export control office database at the manufacturer's headquarters. The full picture of the illicit procurement attempt came into focus. All of the data on inquiries, illicit trading companies, and sales agents receiving the inquiries were centrally collected. This central office functioned successfully as a detection hub with inputs from its sales agents, enabling detection of many potential illicit procurement attempts. Without this centralized internal compliance system, the sales agent in Singapore might not have known, for example, that trading company B had also sent an identical inquiry to another of the manufacturer's sales agents in Germany on the same day. The Singapore sales office might also have been aware that trading company had sent the exact same inquiry to another sales agent in Germany 2 days before. Case 2.3. Large quantities of suspicious vacuum valve orders from Iran 3 starting in August 2002, just before an Iranian opposition group revealed publicly the existence of the secret nuclear site in Iran. The European high-technology vacuum equipment manufacturer label received a series of suspicious inquiries from trading companies for large numbers of small, fast-acting valves, or micro-valve which it suspected were for use in Iran's secret uranium enrichment program. Figure 2.7. These specific types of valves, however, were not on German or international export control lists, or even commonly believed to be of sufficient quality to be used in a gas centrifuge plant. Figure 2.7. A label microvalve of the type Iran was seeking in large quantities, microvalve 28,446. The attempt over the next 14 months. Label received a total of 15 suspicious valve inquiries, 5 of which are depicted in Figure 2.8. This manufacturer specializes in cutting-edge vacuum equipment, which has both nuclear and non-nuclear applications. The vast majority of the inquiries it receives are intended for legitimate and legal end uses. A small fraction, however, originates from companies seeking to illicitly purchase items for use in covert nuclear programs. The manufacturer's officials suspected that these valve inquiries inquiries were in the latter category. What they started to realize is that these inquiries revealed the nature and scope of Iran's secret gas centrifuge program, and before the program was ever publicly revealed, Iran admitted to that program's existence in February 2003. Figure 2.8, diagram showing the path to 5 of the 15 inquiries, also known as inquiries in European countries, for fast-acting valves received by label. The German vacuum technology manufacturer between August 2002 and October 2003. Export control managers for this manufacturer at least suspected that these inquiries were intended for use in a gas centrifuge uranium enrichment plant in Iran. Label received the first inquiry on August 14, 2002, from the German trading company Illicit, which stated the valves were destined for a petrochemical factory in the United Arab Emirates. Label linked this company to Iran and did not make the sale. This inquiry was followed by another in October 2002 from another German company, Trading Company B, which stated that Iranian universities were the end users, but the inquiry was for an initial 3,000 valves and a total of 50,000 valves, an unusually large number for a university. It was more in line with the requirements of a medium-sized gas centrifuge program of the type Iran was suspected of operating. The requests followed in 2 more instances. Label received requests from German and Italian trading companies C and D, which themselves are representing other trading companies, one of which was in Iran. The largest order, submitted in May 2003, was from a South Korean company, Trading Company E, seeking an annual quantity of 50,000 to 100,000 valves. The end user of this request was an Iranian nuclear power plant, another unlikely customer for this number of vacuum valves. The export control manager for Label at that time, Valverts, had become convinced in 2003 that the orders were for the Natanz enrichment plant, which would need at least 150,000 fast-acting microvalves for all the centrifuges Iran planned to deploy. These centrifuge plants are based on an early Dutch design that Pakistan stole in the early 1970s, and later that AQ secretly sold to Iran in the 1980s and 1990s. This type of centrifuge, the P1, is subject to excessive vibration, and the fast-acting valves allow rapid shutdown of an individual centrifuge before it breaks. 3 of these valves are needed per centrifuge, which is why so many would be needed in Iran's centrifuge plants at Natanz and Badr at another centrifuge plant called Podium, located near Qom. However, some were skeptical about stopping these sales, since the valves are not on German national or international control lists of dual-use items, which focus on such valves only if they are specially prepared for use in a gas centrifuge uranium enrichment plant, which uses highly processed hexafluoride gas. However, as the manufacturer's export officials have become more familiar with inquiries from sensitive countries, they noticed that proliferant states, which typically suppose specially prepared valves, were deliberately avoiding ordering them, or were in general sidestepping ordering goods on lists of nuclear dual-use items subject to stricter licensing requirements in the most recent laws. Instead of ordering vacuum pumps and valves manufactured specially for gas centrifuge plants, which require export licenses, sensitive programs order the more generic non-controllable versions of the items from the manufacturer's catalog, which are less reliable but can be used nevertheless. These items typically do not require an export license, and requests are scrutinized by companies much less as to potentially unauthorized uses. In the above cases, the valves are not of the type found on lists of nuclear dual-use equipment that require a government-issued license to export. The procurement specialists and scientists running these programs had apparently learned that items on dual-use export control lists could be avoided by substituting items that were less capable, but still good enough for the intended nuclear purpose. Typically, they would break frequently, requiring more replacements, but these purchases would also attract far less scrutiny from suppliers and authorities, a strategy which apparently worked well until the early to mid-2000s. In September 2003, Wertz brought the inquiries to the attention of the German government agency responsible for export controls. This agency, after doing its own internal technical evaluation, confirmed Wertz's hunch that these valves are suitable for use in a centrifuge plant and would not be used for export to Iran. The inquiries continued until October 2000.